Okay, there we are. Okay, hello everyone. This is Sonia with Stamping Around the Dining Room Table. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would be happy to be yours. Go to my website, stamparoundthetable.stampinup.net. There you can see our products. You can see some more about me because on my webpage there's also a calendar of different things that I'm involved with stamping, my classes, things like that. Some special events coming up. Okay, so, and if you're in my area and you are interested in classes or anything like that, just please reach out to me. And if you're not in my area, we might be able to even do something virtually if that was something that you would like. Okay, so this week I am using a set from the mini catalog called, well actually that's the suite, the Blackberry Beauty suite, found on pages 44 and 45. Okay, it has it has this stamp set and these dies. This is a big bunch of leaves, and then these other leaves, and then these cut out a couple of few of the stamps. I did make up a little storyboard here, and here's that's just stamped. That's like a little frond or whatever you want to call it there, and here it is stamped and cut out, and then I just went around the edge a little bit with so you can kind of see it better. This is this little flower, and there it is stamped and cut out. The bird stamped. There it's stamped and cut out. There's also these little splotches. This is what that big die cuts out. Looks like that, and then the smaller leaf dies. That's what you get from there. The changing of leaves reminds us that the new, wait, let me try it over. The changing of leaves reminds us that new wonders are just around the corner. And then, I know this is a difficult day. I'm here for you. Some people are just likable. You're one of those people. Okay, so that's what's in that one. Oh, goodness, excuse me. Now in the suite, so you get the, you get the stamp set, and the dies are available either individually or as a bundle, and you save 10% if you buy the bundle. They have some specialty paper. Let me just grab it here. It is 12 by 12 sheets. I've used some of this, so I cut it down. It's gold shimmer vellum. Pretty. And then it also has this ephemera, which I'll show you that in a moment. And this is the gold shimmer ribbon. Okay. The papers, now, one of the papers I don't have anymore. You can just barely see it here. You can also kind of get an idea here in the background there. And these sheets are 12 by 12, and across the top and across the bottom it had like the same thing, just they faced, one was from the top and one was from the bottom, and so you cut it in half. And I had a class and we cut it so that was the front of our card, and I'll just show you. This is one of the cards that were made. Okay, so and because I had enough people, I used up that paper. Okay, then here's the paper that coordinates with it. Okay, isn't that beautiful? There's the back. So this is the front, and this is the back. This one, the bird on this is an owl. Sometimes it's a little hard to see the face well, but that is an owl. And there's the back of that. And there's this one, the gold green eraser, the gold work on it. There's the back. the front of this one, the back of that. Let me see, there's another, because there's actually there's 6 different papers that are two-sided, so you get 2 sides. But this is another one, which again, I've used a lot of that, and there's the back of that. Okay, so all right, and the other thing I do want to show you, because I'm bringing in a few other things. Okay, let me just see. Was it? Oh yes. All right, I'll show you that in a moment. And then, so I mainly this week this is the focal point, but I'm bringing in a few other things. So some of the for some of the cards, you'll see I used these, the Brush Metallic Adhesive Dots, which are part of the Harvest Meadow Suite. And this I'm going to put aside to show you that in a little bit. And then in the annual catalog, I also have, I think I used this for, maybe I didn't. I was thinking I used this set, but part of it is that because the papers also, you know, it can be fall or autumn. I like the sentiments there. And so those are some that I would mix and match with this set. This would be another set, the Inspired Thoughts with the Sheltering Trees. And anyway, so and all of these. And then I did use some ribbon. Oh, actually, I'll show it later. I thought this was still in our book. Unfortunately, this is retired. But it goes with our paper, so I'm making use of that, even though it's retired, because I still have it. And the only point I'd make with that, because you wouldn't be able to buy this now, but if you have older stuff, you don't have to stop using it just because it's no longer in the catalog. I think most people know that, but you know, and as a demonstrator, I end up most of the time using stuff that you can get, because if you wanted something that I use and it's not current, you're not going to be able to get it. Okay. Then I just wanted to point out the Elegant Faceted Gems and the Champagne Rhinestone Basic Gems. I also am using those for my some of the things on my cards, some of the embellishments. Now, one of the things I wanted to show you yesterday when I did my Facebook Live on Tuesday mornings, I couldn't find my the ephemera package. I found what I kind of call them the bones. You know, like the parts like that. These were punched out of these. Well, guess what? They were in the same package. It's just they were in back, and all I could see was the bone. So I thought they were in something else, and I felt foolish when my sister helped me find them. But anyway, so just kind of show you briefly here. They have some owl cutouts. There's like 2 of each in these, so it's not like there's a lot. And if you wanted to use them for class, you'd have to get a few sets of the ephemera. But there's that. They have a few different, they're not in any order here, I'm just pulling them out. A few different frames that you can use. Okay. They have some tags that, and again, there's 2 of each of these. Here's some more flowers. And then there's some in gold. There's those leaves with some acorns. And a few, and again, 2 of each of these. Okay, and these little sentiment tags, whatever you want to call them. There's this, okay, brown and gold. And then there's this, brown and gold. Here's another flower. Now, I've used some of these, but just to let you know, there are 2 of each of these when you get, okay, and that flower, and this. There's one more flower, which I don't, nope, that's it. Well, you'll see it on my card. I don't know where the other one is in here. Oh, no, here it was. It was here. I just didn't think it was. Okay, I didn't see it when I don't even know what I'm showing you. Okay, so yeah, I was happy to know that I had not lost these, and it was pretty much where I thought. It's, you know, sometimes I'll put things away, and sometimes I just used them, and I can't find it. I look everywhere, tear everything apart, trying to find it. And when I finally do find it, most of the time it's just under my hand. In this case, the bone, this part was hiding it from me. So, but I decided, I never had done this. I just was keeping them in a Ziploc bag. I'm going to do this now, put them in my these little envelope things. It's not from Stampin' Up, but I like those. And then I also just wanted to show you, this is the Expressions in Ink ephemera package. And the gold's the same, so you could really use these. And I'll show you, I did a card on yesterday's using some of that. Okay, so, okay, I think I showed everything for the moment from there. And then I'm just, okay, so I already showed you this card. These two were cards that were made in a class that I had. Okay, so there's that paper with the birds on it. And the one saying some people are just likable. Okay, then, okay, so these I did for yesterday's Facebook Live. I had seen people do, not necessarily with this, but with some other cards where they put a piece of the DSP just across the middle like that, whether it goes that direction or this direction. And then sometimes they would put gold on either side like this. Sometimes they might put another color of cardstock from the base that coordinates. And the big thing with this paper, for me anyway, is I end up using the paper, kind of depending on the paper, for a lot of the card itself, because it's so pretty. Okay, so then there's that. And here's the one where I did use some of the ephemera from the other. It's that little frame around that owl. Okay. And then I'll just show you. These are the Gilded Gems. This one, and this is Gilded Gems here on these as well. This one made use of the champagne basic jewels. So basic rhinestone basic, whatever. They're rhinestones, but they're like that. And this, what's so interesting to me is these can look yellow or orangey. They can look a little bit on the pinkish side. Just depends on what you put it with. So I find that those are really helpful because I can use them for so many things. Okay. Is that everything? I feel like I left out something, but nope, I guess that's it that I've already made. Okay. So then I did make up a couple of cards. I'm going to make some cards here with you, but I made up a couple of cards. And one of the ones was, I saw in our mini catalog on page 62 and 63, I saw this card, and I really liked that card. This is one of those, I forgot what they're called now, but it's the longer, like it fits in like a business size envelope. I can't see what they're called, but anyway, and I liked it, and I've made some cards that size. The problem is that, especially if I'm doing classes, I only can get one card out of a piece of cardstock. And I like when the size that we usually use are, you can get two out, so most of the time. So unless you're doing something like fancy folds or something, you might not, but so I don't use that very often, but I also just wanted to see how would it look if I made it smaller. Well, I used different paper. This paper is from the Beauty of the Earth. I really do like that paper a lot, so I may make one more like that at some point. And, oh, this on here, the sentiment comes from this set, Thinking, Thanks, and Peace. So, I'll just show you the card I made up. Here it is. Now, this one, I used, the card base is cinnamon cider, and then I used the back of, let me just grab it here, this paper. I used this background, and it's got like the colors in it, early espresso and the cinnamon cider, so that's really where I got these colors from. And then, I'm not sure this is the exact, I'm not sure if that's the exact ribbon they use, but that's what I used, and it is, I forgot I was going to show you, that is in our catalog, and that's one of the ones I was going to show you. Wait a second here. So I got a little mixed up when I was here. It's the fine art ribbon, the gold fine art ribbon. Okay, so you can still get that one. And basically what I did was, okay, for the ribbon, I just put some, excuse me, the tape runner just kind of in the center, and then I just put part of it down and like, you know, back and forth like that, and it's just stuck down in the middle with that. And then I put some dimensionals on and pop that up. This, as you can probably tell, is gold on there. That is our heat embossing. And then this gold here and here, that is from the ephemera pack that goes with the beauty, Blackberry Beauty. Okay, and then those are the metallic, brushed metallic adhesive back gems. So say I use the gold ones. They're gold and they're copper, and I guess that's bronze maybe, or almost a pewter. I'm not sure. It's a little hard to tell. But anyway, so I was pleased with how that turned out. And just to know how I got this, you could use your scissors and do that, but actually I used our tailored tag, because when you put, and it can be any size, you put this in, just got to hold it here. You just want to kind of make sure that about the middle, see about where the middle is, and line it up with that, with this point here. Yep. So I'm moving it. Okay. So, all right. So anyway, so I was pleased with how that turned out. Yes, it does look, you know, it has a little different feel than this, but I really do like that. All right. So there's that one. And then the other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to use one of the frames, and I was trying to figure out what do I want to do, and I thought I'm going to use of all the papers, I like this one the best in the background. The others felt like they would fight too much with this, but what I also did was I took a piece of the early espresso, and I backed, you know, I put that on it so that there has that, just that little bit of a border around it. So, and actually I just, this whole thing, and because it was just this frame, so it's that whole piece, but I made it big enough so it's got a little bit of a border. And then I did the thinking of you, I heat embossed that with gold also. And this is those champagne jewel rhinestones, champagne basic rhinestone jewels that there, and see they pick up from the colors around it, so they really go fine with that. And then I wanted just a little more with some gold, and I just put that bow on the corner like that. Okay, and then so thinking of you and sending thanks. I didn't do any other than some little bit of decoration, because these are the kind of cards that you might want to just put when you send it to someone, you might really want to write in it more than put another sentiment. But if you've watched me for a while, you know that I many times don't put a sentiment on the inside, because I don't know for sure who I'm sending it to. And when I have put them in the past, there have been times when I like the outside, I like the inside, but not together for the person I'm sending it to. So, you know, unless it's something specific like birthday or possibly like Christmas or something like that, I don't too often do an inside sentiment. Okay. Once in a while, I also will do it if it's like has an outside and inside sentiment that go together, if it's saying something that I really want to be able to say. So there's those. All right. So what I wanted to do now was and the one thing before I go into this, really all of these cards, all the cards I've made, they're all really basic cards. There's not, like, so far, none of them have like any fancy folds. or anything. I do have some of them have parts that are popped up, you know, with the dimensionals, but because this paper is so fabulous, I didn't, you know, I really wanted that to speak and be most of the card and not a lot of other things so much. So all of my cards this week have been, so far at least, have been the basic size that we use. We're here in the United States, which is where I am. It's like half a piece of cardstock. It's 8.5 this way, scored at 4 1/4, and 5.5 this way. So if you had a whole sheet, I have another one. It's a different color, but you can see if this was a whole sheet of paper. See, it's cut in half that way, scored in half that way. Okay, so if someone who's new to this, then that's what we did. I did. And then I took this paper, and I wanted that for the cover, for the layer I'm using. And actually, I meant to show you too the colors that Stampin' Up! Recommends with this. That rich raspberry, polished pink, early espresso, cinnamon cider, and blackberry bliss. And just to kind of show you again, like this one, that's the background there is the rich raspberry. The background on this one is the blackberry bliss. And what else? Is there another one? Oh, and then this one. Oh, and some of them have the cinnamon cider, which, well, actually, I showed this one. This one has all the, it has almost all the colors in it. Because I was trying to say, I can't tell for sure. Yeah, I think that's more. But anyway, so this has like the cinnamon cider, the gold. It's got the, I guess that is blackberry bliss. Sometimes it's hard to tell under the light because they look, especially when you get them together, like with all the gold, they can look very close. And I just thought of something. What else did I? Oh, and I know the other color was the polished pink. And which was the one? Maybe it is that. Is it that one? Let me just look here again. Oh, it's one with the, no, it's the one with the owl. This one does have polished pink in it. It's hard to see me right there, but some of those leaves, see, are polished pink, how it pulls it out. So really, depending, you know, it's just what you like and maybe who you're sending it to. Okay, so if you have a friend who loves pink, you could choose pink for the card you're going to send that person. Okay, so basic, and so this is, so the front it measures 4 1/4, yeah, 4 1/4 by 5.5. This piece, and most of them that I've been using are cut just a 1/4 inch smaller, so it's 5 1/4 by 4 by 4. Okay, and so I'm just gonna put that on. A few of them I put a little bit of skew on purpose, but this one I'm gonna, the ones I'm doing tonight, they're all, if I can get it caught before I meant for it to catch. Okay. All right. And then what I wanted to do with this was I wanted to use this tag, and I wanted to put on it, some people are just likable, and I'm going to use the Blackberry Bliss, the color that's there. Whoops. Now, and it's got, you know, leaves coming up and from the bottom, so I don't know that it really matters which way it goes, but, and actually, because I want this to be a little bit, yeah, so I'm gonna, because if I go like that, I don't want to cover the gold, so I'm gonna do this, and then when I put this on, So I'm going to have it just kind of like that so that the words are pretty straight, even though this is turned a little bit. Okay. I'm going to close this up for now so I'm not putting my fingers in it or something. And then I'm just going to do, I think that's about enough. Let me just see about how much that is. So now some people, I don't necessarily tend to, let me have a, somewhere here I have a ruler. Of course, right now I'm not finding it. Once across the room, small room. So I think about that. So that's, it's about 12 inches I have here. Okay. And I folded it in half. I didn't cut the end off yet because, but you can. A lot of times I don't until I'm done. And then, and actually I have to with this now that I think about it, because how I want to tie this. So, all right. And I'm just gonna do that, like just put the one end through and then pull this. Okay. And I'm gonna pop that up. Give it a little more dimension here. Come on, let go. It's catching on to everything except what I wanted to catch on, right? Okay, I'm just putting 5 on there. One. Okay, and then this is gonna go. Let's see here, wait. Like that. There, like that. All right, so this one is pretty simple. That's what I really wanted that. And then I was just going to put, because it's got a lot of gold around, I'm not going to do, I did think, so I may want this cut down. I think I'm going to cut this down just a little bit. Like that. You can make it obviously as long as you want, but I'm going to do it like that. There. Okay, or if you wanted, I could have left it longer and even tried to bring it down, but that's okay. Because when it goes in the card, it'll go like that, and so it'll be all right. And then, what do I, just trying to see if there's anything else. No, one of these. So what do I like on it? This is what, sometimes I don't necessarily decide until, do I want that? I don't know that I want those, or do I want these? Sometimes I think I like these a little better than these for this. And I'm not sure what I did with my, oh, here's my take your pick tool. And, whoop. I decided it wanted, I'm just going to put this on the, I was thinking about putting it up on the card itself, on this, but I think I may just leave this on. Let me think here. You just kind of like that. So that's pretty simple, right? It's simple, but it makes, you know, it's got, because of the paper, it's got a lot of wow factor to it. So you don't really have to do a lot with it. And there's times when it's nice. I mean, yes, we all like to have fancy cards, and it can be fun to make the fancy cards, but sometimes it's nice to have such a powy card, and it doesn't, it's not a lot of work, you know, and just a very, very simple, and it's set to go. All right, so so some people are just likable, and I will use the one that kind of goes with that. You're one of those people. I'll put that on the inside. And then you still could write a note with that if you wanted. I'm going to use these little flowers. Grab my scrap paper here because I'm going to have these. I don't know why I keep closing this. I'm not done with it. I'm just going to see. There. That's how I'm going to do that one. But you can, you know, I could have put a bird up in the air. I could have, you know, I just could do this. So it's really whatever you want on it. Okay. Again, very simple, but very, I think it's a pretty stunning card. All right. So then the next one, I wanted to use some of the ephemera, which actually that tag I just used was in with the ephemera. And I wanted to do something with one of the owls. So really when I looked at everything, I didn't want them on, I could have put it on any of the other papers. And maybe he would have gone all right with this. But I didn't want as busy of a background. So I looked at the backs, and the one that was on the back of the paper I just used for the other card. I felt that that was a good one for what I was going to do. And just as I played around with it, I thought, what do I want to do? And I thought, I'm going to put him in a frame. And I go, and I think I want some gold behind it. Now, did I have the other piece here? Did I drop it? Because I was debating, did I want this gold, or did I want, I did have a piece of it, I don't know where it is, or did I want the gold, the shimmery gold vellum, and now I'm not going to find the piece of paper, the piece of vellum that I cut for this. And I tried I just kind of set it underneath to see, and overall I just decided I really like this the best. Okay, and so I'm gonna set, and he'll be on here, and then I'm gonna put some other stuff over to the side. So I'm gonna start by putting this down. And sometimes it's hard to cover up this pretty paper, isn't it? But I did want to show some things, you know, some alternates that didn't use that side. And as I said, I wanted to use the owl. So the other side I felt was too much. Okay, and then how I decided I was going to do this was I cut this. I'll turn it upside down. It's really, this is just a sliver narrower, and it is a little bit, it could have been maybe a smidge longer, but I just wanted to I'm just going to put glue on both of the thicker ends here. I'm not going to try along the sides because that would end up, I think, being a disaster. Okay, how do I turn that one around? This is the one I meant to turn around. Well, maybe I'm going to do it sideways. And I may even do it this way, just because I can see. So I want to make sure, I don't want any of the, I want it all on the inside of the frame. There. So that's going to go right there. And this I'm going to, so I'm going to put this here. Almost like he's coming in from the window or something, and he's going to be there. And I think I'm going to pop him up. I have here we go. Ooh. One on his head, his wing, this wing. I think that may be enough, those three. If not, I can could put a fourth one on maybe, but I think that's going to do. So right there like that. So there he is. And then I'm going to put, I want to just say hello. So I'm going to do that on here. Oh. Then I was thinking I would do it in the, if I want it in this color to go with that, or the brown. You know, I'm going to have to do, there's a, I'm just going to take this piece and try to decide which, originally I was thinking the early espresso, but, oh, well, it doesn't matter that it's smeared, because it's really just a test. Now that I see it and see that there, I might want that color instead. So let me just see which one I think I like better with him. Okay, so that would be obviously on here. Hello. I think I might like that one. That was my original thought, but I should have that a little smaller, but here, wait, because it's done a little less weight here so I can see better. Could be either one. Let me trim this just so I can, this will help me better. And I'm going to put this behind it. So I'll put that there, this about here, and then there's the brown, early espresso, and here's the Blackberry Bliss. Let me just look for a second here, bring it over here a little closer to me. Either one obviously is fine, but I think I like the Blackberry Bliss a little better, so that's what I'm going to do. Do you ever do that? Do you have an idea in mind and then you get going and want to do something just a little different? So I just want this kind of in the middle there. All right, so this guy, see if I can, where's my, no, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. I want my small glue bottle. Okay. And get this. Yep, underneath there. And this guy will get popped up too. I'm going to put two on so it kind of is on either side of that flower there. So this is some, again, this is something, this is not exactly something, some parts of it, like how it's kind of symmetrical and kind of like, you know, everything's kind of just square and all that stuff. That part is pretty much my style, but some of this other stuff isn't so much. So it is a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I do like how it turned out. So, all right. So now I'm going to add some more, one more bling here. Let me see, do I want these? I don't think I want this. I don't think I want them that big. I think I'm going to use this because I think I want these a little daintier than those. So that's what I think I'm going to use this. I hope it looks all right when I'm done. We'll see here. If I don't like it, I can take them off. Up. No, I think I like that. This one maybe needs to be. Oh, I'll just leave it there. There's that. They don't look quite like that yellow, but I think they're okay. So there's that. Now let me. Do I have my inside? Oh, I don't. I think what I'm going to do on, well, I thought I had a white to put on the inside because the white here, but I think I thought I had that right here. Oh well, I will add that later, I guess, because I don't think, let me just see, do I quickly have a piece here? Here, I could cut this real quickly. I had stuff, I didn't want to be fussing too much tonight, so I kind of had everything together. Oops, so I do that 3 3/4. Maybe I'll do this way because of that. I got ink down there, so I guess I'll do this 5 by 3 3/4 so that that ink is off to the side. And then for the inside of this, because we don't have a little owl in this, we have this other bird. But what do I want to go on the inside? I'll just leave, I'm not gonna, maybe I will put this bird even though. Birds flying. Maybe I shouldn't have lined them up quite like that, but I wanted to leave room to write. So maybe I should have had them a little bit more. Oh well. It's not the end of the world. It is what it is. Okay. Oh, and I did that. Oh no, I did it right. All of a sudden, oh no, I think I did it the wrong direction. Thinking I did it across like this part. That would not be good. So there we go. There's that. That's okay. So, but again, this, I wouldn't necessarily always, these are not necessarily colors I would necessarily put together on my own. Okay, but as I said, I wanted to try and use that. So there I have it. You maybe would make some different choices, and that's fine, because that's the whole point of this, is that we each do what, you know, we like. And sometimes we do need to get out of, you know, do something a little different than our usual. So let me see, where's my others? Right here. So these are the 4 from tonight. Okay. There. So hopefully, there you go. On this one, I think I have to be a little careful. I might need to try and, I don't want it to pay more attention when I'm getting ready to put it in the card, that that's not up where it's going to get bent and damaged. So there we go. All right, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and that it kind of will inspire you to try some things yourself. Okay, and anyway, and if you like this, if you give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate that. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, and when that happens, when you subscribe and I do a video, then you are notified that there's a video on. Okay, so you can come and watch it. All right. So again, this is Sonia with Stamping Around the Dining Room Table, and I do Facebook Live. My Facebook page is called Stamping Around the Dining Room Table. There's my web page again. On Friday, I will be doing some fun folds with this paper, and they're sweet, and I may again bring in some extra things, not just what's in the suite, But I hope you'll join me for that. It'll be over on my Facebook page, and that's at 1:45. Okay, so thanks everyone for watching, and until we meet again next Wednesday at 7:30, happy crafting. Bye-bye.